Blackwood Manor stood on a windswept hill, a silhouette against the stormy sky. The mansion, with its crumbling facade and broken windows, seemed to defy the elements, standing tall despite years of neglect. Locals whispered tales of its troubled past. No one dared to approach, fearing the darkness it held. Stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena kept even the bravest souls at bay. One stormy night, a young woman named Anya found herself drawn to the manor. She had heard the stories, but curiosity burned brighter than fear. The howling wind and the relentless rain only seemed to fuel her determination. The iron gates groaned open as if warning her back. Anya stepped inside, the air instantly turning cold. The chill seemed to seep into her bones, but she pressed on, driven by an inexplicable urge. Dust motes danced in the pale moonlight, filtering through grimy windows. She could almost hear the echoes of forgotten laughter, tainted with a deep, unsettling sorrow. The once grand rooms now lay in ruin, filled with the weight of countless untold stories. Driven by an unknown force, she walked towards the grand staircase, her hand trailing along the dusty banister. Each step she took echoed through the empty halls, as if the manor itself was awakening from a long slumber, ready to reveal its secrets. Each step up the creaking staircase sent shivers down Anya's spine. Portraits of strangers lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow her every move. She reached the top, her breath catching in her throat. A long, dark hallway stretched before her, ending at a massive oak door. It was the attic. A cold draught emanated from under the door, carrying with it the faint scent of decay. A sense of dread washed over her. Driven by a morbid curiosity, Anya reached for the doorknob. It was ice cold, sending a jolt through her arm. The door creaked open, revealing a cavernous space swallowed by darkness. The air inside the attic was heavy, thick with dust and the weight of forgotten memories. Anya took a hesitant step inside, her heart pounding in her chest. She fumbled for her lighter, the small flame a beacon in the oppressive darkness. Shadows danced around her, twisting and contorting into monstrous shapes. The air grew colder, biting at her skin. Anya felt a presence, something unseen watching her from the depths of the attic. She could hear her own ragged breaths echoing in the silence. Suddenly a floorboard creaked behind her. Anya whirled around, her heart in her throat, but there was nothing there. A wave of dizziness swept over Anya, the scent of decay growing stronger. It was like something once living had died here and been forgotten. Fear coiled in her stomach, urging her to flee. She stumbled back, her hand connecting with something cold and smooth. She flinched, knocking over a dusty old gramophone. A scratchy waltz filled the air, the sound at odds with the eerie stillness of the manor. The waltz seemed to amplify the strange occurrences around her. Anya felt a presence drawing nearer, the air growing colder with each passing second. She knew she had to escape before it was too late. Section 5. The Apparition. As the music reached a crescendo, a figure began to materialize from the shadows. It was a man, tall and gaunt, with eyes that glowed with an unnatural light. His clothes were tattered, his skin pale and skeletal. He reached out a hand towards Anya, his touch sending a wave of ice through her veins. Fear rooted her to the spot, her mind screaming at her to run, but she couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The apparition's voice was a low rasp echoing around her. "You shouldn't be here," he whispered, his words laced with a chilling sorrow. "This place is mine." Section 6. The Diary. Anya finally found her voice, her words trembling as she spoke. "Who are you?" she choked out, her gaze fixed on the spectral figure before her. "What do you want?" The apparition seemed to flicker, his form becoming translucent. He gestured towards a dusty trunk tucked beneath the eaves. "The truth lies within," he whispered, his voice fading with each word. With trembling hands, Anya approached the trunk. Inside, nestled among yellowed lace and faded photographs, she found a leather-bound diary. Its pages were filled with elegant script chronicling the life of the manor's former mistress, a beautiful woman named Eliza. Section 7. A twisted love story. Eliza's words painted a tragic tale of love and betrayal, a story that would haunt the pages of her diary for years to come. She wrote of her passionate affair with a young artist, a man named Julian, whose talent and charm captivated her heart. But their love was forbidden, a secret they had to guard with their lives. Julian was deemed unsuitable by Eliza's family, and their secret meetings became fraught with danger, each encounter more perilous than the last. One day, Julian vanished without a trace, leaving behind only his unfinished works and a void in Eliza's heart. Eliza's words dripped with despair as she recounted his disappearance, her heart breaking with each passing day, her tears staining the pages of her journal. She refused to believe he had abandoned her, clinging to the hope that he would return, holding onto the locket he had given her as a token of their love. The diary entries ended abruptly, the final pages filled with frantic scribbles, barely legible as if written in a state of utter despair. But one phrase stood out, etched in Eliza's hand. His spirit lingers, seeking solace, a chilling testament to her undying love and belief in his presence. "I will join him soon," she wrote. Her final words, a haunting promise of eternal love and a reunion beyond the grave. Section 8. Confrontation. Anya gasped, the pieces of the puzzle clicking into place. Julian, the apparition, hadn't abandoned Eliza. He had been trapped here, his spirit tethered to the manor after a tragic, untimely demise. She turned to face Julian, his spectral form shimmering in the dim light. "You never left her," Anya whispered, her voice filled with understanding. "You've been here all along, waiting for her." Julian's ethereal form flickered, his sorrow palpable. "We were torn apart," he rasped, his voice echoing with the pain of lost love. "And now we are both bound to this place." Section 9. Escape. Anya knew she had to help them. She had to break the chains that bound Julian and Eliza to the manor to allow them to find peace. She placed Eliza's diary back in the trunk, her hand brushing against a small velvet pouch. Inside, she found a silver locket engraved with Eliza's initials. It was warm to the touch, pulsing with a faint energy. Anya knew what she had to do. She held the locket tightly, closing her eyes as she whispered, "Let go. Your love transcends this place. Be at peace." Section 10. The haunting continues. A cold wind swept through the attic, extinguishing Anya's lighter. Darkness enveloped her, wrapping her in a shroud of fear and uncertainty. She could feel the chills seeping into her bones, making her shiver uncontrollably. She could hear the faint strains of the waltz resuming, this time softer, laced with a melancholic sweetness. The music seemed to float through the air, carrying with it the weight of countless sorrows and unfulfilled dreams. It was as if the very walls of the manor were weeping. When Anya finally dared to open her eyes, the attic was empty. Julian was gone. The ghostly presence that had once filled the room had vanished, leaving behind only silence and the echo of the waltz. The air felt lighter, the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Sunlight began to filter through the cracks in the attic's walls, casting a warm glow that seemed to chase away the lingering shadows. Only the lingering scent of decay served as a reminder of the tragic love story that had unfolded within these walls. The scent was a haunting blend of old roses and forgotten memories, a testament to the love that had once thrived here but was now lost to time. Anya fled Blackwood Manor, the eerie waltz echoing in her ears. Her heart pounded in her chest as she ran, the weight of the manor's history pressing down on her with every step. She knew that while the haunting may have ended for Julian and Eliza, the manor on the hill would forever hold their sorrow, a chilling reminder of love lost and the spirits trapped between worlds. The manor stood as a silent sentinel, guarding the secrets and sorrows of those who had once called it home, a place where the past and present intertwined in an eternal dance of shadows and light.